Hello and welcome to the International School of Traders and welcome to the Thursday live trading session. We are live right now to look at some trades together and see what the market has for us today. So if you just seeing this video on YouTube, you can just like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then we are gonna see you on the other side of the video. Okay, guys, we've got a couple of things happening this Saturday. Very nice things. Before we get started, we have a forex session in Rosebank. We got two sessions, right? We've got two sessions. We've got the first one, which is a free session in Rosebank, and then after that, around 1 o'clock, we're gonna have a one-on-one session, meaning face-to-face session with all of the people who are coming for the one-on-one. It's basically a strategy session that we will be having around that time. So just hang around or contact our WhatsApp number so that you can get access to the strategy session, which is on Saturday. Now, let's get into the markets. Let's discuss some trades together. I believe that we have a couple of things to discuss today. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the news and look at a couple of things that have already happened this afternoon, this morning actually. We've had the trade balance in Japan and also the exports and imports in New Zealand. We do have other things as well. The kids, my goodness. Okay, cool. So we do have the interest rate decision that came out in the early hours of morning. They came out in the early hours of morning in where is this? This is in Japan, right? Negative interest rate. Negative interest rate is not new. We've seen this in Japan for a number of years. It's been there, so it's not a new thing. We've seen a couple of news coming from Britain today, and also France, including Spain, right? And then this afternoon, we're expecting, the interest rate decision coming from the European Bank, actually European Central Bank, which we are expecting them to raise interest rates by 0.25%, which is 25 basis point. That's gonna be a mover for today. We are in some euro trades, so that might be something that triggers our trading setups, or whatever the case might be later on today. Okay, cool. We do have other things going on as well. We do have continuing jobless claims coming through, initial job listings coming through, and then also Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index is coming out at 2:30 South African time. We do have the new housing price index from Canada at 2:30 South African time. Very interesting. And then we do have interest rate decision in South Africa. And this is going to be very interesting for the South African dynamic. And I am going to be looking at USD ZAR for this particular case. Going to be coming out at 3 o'clock, right? Going to be coming out at 3 o'clock. So what is the expectation? Expecting, what is this? The South African Reserve Bank to raise interest rates by at least 50 basis point, I believe, in this particular case. Okay, cool. Now there's a couple of things that are happening later on, but we are going to just focus on the setups now. We are going to focus on the setups. I'm going to discuss a couple of things, especially USDs after this. But according to the setups that we sent yesterday, if you took Euro USD, you should be in profit in this particular case, right? Our plan was to buy, Euro USD at this particular point here, where we had a beautiful, market structure and markets coming down to that specific area. So that was a beautiful buy, and we did send out the setup yesterday, not exactly the trade, but the setup. So that is Euro USD. Do have a couple of things going on. USD JPY is one of the trades and setups that I looked at yesterday, right? So according to my expectation, right, I was expecting the market to push a little bit further come down before continuing to the top side. But that didn't happen. Whatever the case may be, I was like, I'm only gonna look at what the market has for me and act in that manner, because that's what discipline is, right? Cool. You want to be acting in a specific manner where you are not following what the market is, not really doing what the market wants you to do, but do what you want to do in the market, right? Cool. Okay, cool. So we do have the USD CAD in place, which is a trade and setup that I sent out yesterday. So the expectation is that we are going to sell exactly at 1.29359. That is USD CAD, a very, very important trade this afternoon, right? Especially because we do have a couple of news coming from the US, but not much from Canada, right? Meaning we do have the new housing index coming from Canada, so nothing much there. We can focus maybe on taking some short-term sales in this particular case. However, we do have a long-term outlook on USD CAD, which is also looking good in terms of what we sent yesterday. I sent out a trade to say, hey, let us look to buy long-term on this particular trade. I know some people are on this trade and they're in profit, and if you are in profit at the moment, please do take your profit. There is time to take your profit in this particular case, right? Cool. And then we do have GBPAD. GBPAD is slowly forming, to what I've been looking at for the last couple of days. And the only thing we can do is to wait on this market for it to form fully what we are looking for in this particular case right here. We do have other things as well. GBPUSD, I ordered everybody to close with profits yesterday. Now, the reason for that was that according to the 1 hour time frame that we are having here, we do have a bullish structure, right? We do have a bullish structure going on here. So meaning that the expectation would be to see markets pushing further towards the top side in this particular case. Now, what can we learn? What can we do from this particular setup? Now, there's two possibilities now, right? There's two possibilities now, right? Let's focus on the bullish possibility first, right? Where we are expecting markets to come and change direction at this area. And let me just show you a couple of things as well. We do have equal lows in this particular case, where I'm expecting the market to push a little bit further lower than this, right? So this is some sort of a good area to look out for, especially when markets push a little bit further than this, right? So this is a very beautiful area. So this is it, right? Expect market to come to this area, change direction, and go towards the top side, right? Cool. That's the first idea. Now, the second idea, right? I don't know what this guy is doing here. Okay, the second idea would be that according to what we have at the moment, right? According to the structure that we are having in this particular case, what we can expect is that because we've had a beautiful break of structure in this particular area right here. We've had a beautiful break of structure in this particular area, right? So what do you mean? Because we have a short-term trend here, right? We do have a short-term trend, which is looking more or less like this, right? Which is a bearish trend, right? That is on a 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. Can view those time frames, and then we do have something close to this. It might be something that will end up doing like this and continue to the downside, right? So I want you to be, acquainted with this setup, because both of them are very possible. We can see something or some movement later on this afternoon on these setups. Okay, let's discuss Euro GBP, right? Euro GBP is demonic. So Euro GBP is very, very demonic. According to what happened on Euro GBP, what we should have seen is markets coming down to this very area that we spoke about yesterday, and then changing direction from there, going to the but market chose to miss our entry, at least by, what is this, 494, this is 484, around 5 pips or so. So around 5 to 7 pips, or even 9 pips. Let me just say 8 pips. So missed our trade like that and then continued as a top side. We would have hit target. But let's see what the European Central Bank is going to say. Probably we're going to see markets coming down to that specific area and then change direction to a top side. The European Central Bank is going to be announcing interest rate decision at 3 o'clock South African time. Let's look at USD ZAR. A very interesting thing is happening today on USD ZAR specifically. We should be watching USD ZAR. Why? We've got interest rate decision coming out at 3 o'clock. So that is very, very important, right? So let me just let me look at this. So we do sorry guys. This is USD. Now, what does this interest rate hikes mean to us? What can we expect from what's going to happen, right? Now, when we, let me just explain this. When we had COVID-19 in 2020, right? We had COVID-19. A lot of people were not using their cars, were not using, even planes were not moving around that much because we had COVID-19, meaning we were under lockdown, right? So fuel prices had to come down, right? Had to come down. I remember at some point fuel was around 11.70, right, in 2020. Now, what happened then after that? So when fuel came down to around, I think in barrels, it came around $23 per barrel, came to close to nothing, right? Per barrel. So in that case, when we started learning more about COVID as the world, as the country, we started easing and opening up some few things, right? So that the economy will come back to life, and also at the same time, people will go back to work, right? Now, that's number 2. When that happened, it gave an opportunity to fuel sellers because of the high, the rising demand to start raising, fuel prices or oil prices again, right? Good. What had happened at that time is that some people were now going back to work after that certain period or after that time. Some people started coming back to work, right? Cool. Meaning that there is more and more of the demand of fuel, right? So we started seeing the rise in, in the price of petrol. Cool. Now, when we fully opened, or when the world is now fully opening, remember earlier this year, Mr. Vladimir Putin started to invade the Ukraine country. I started to invade, now making things much worse, right, in terms of the supply of petrol, right? Meaning that we will have less supply on the demand of oil on those countries, right? Because of the war that we had there, right, and the clash. Now that made the prices, fuel prices, to rise rapidly, to skyrocket through the roof, right? Something that we haven't seen in the last couple of years. We saw $100 per barrel of oil, right? Now, that meant that we are opening up the world at the same time we are having the war coming, right? The war or the invasion going on, meaning that we've got high prices of oil, and then we've got high prices in we've got high demand. What's going to happen if we have high prices of oil? This price is going to rise. And when the price of oil is rising, there's a lot of things that are going to rise. Your wage is not going to rise, but the price of bread is going to rise. We saw bread, I think, a few weeks ago, rising in price. The price of bread is going to rise. The price of basic things, we see this cooking oil rose in price. We saw crazy prices even in the transportation industry. We saw rising prices as well. Even fuel, started rising. So that is what had happened. So meaning at the moment we are in a situation where we are having inflation. So the government at this moment, at this point in time, is raising not fuel prices, is raising interest rates to try and curb or to try and lower the inflation rate, meaning at the rate at which the prices are rising. The prices are rising throughout the country so that we do not have the inflation. So that is why we're going to see the inflation. Is that good for South African rand? Probably yes, at the moment, because of the situation that we are having as the country, right? For long term, probably no, probably yes, but it's only just a speculation. At this moment in time, the South African rand has been losing a lot of strength, right? A lot of strength. So what that means is that the South African rand is not, for me, I am not expecting something good coming out after the news release, right? Okay, cool. That's my speculation. That's my point. So what should we do? What should we do at the moment? So at the moment, let's look at the charts because I've already, spoken about the fundamentals. Let's look at the charts. Let's see what possibilities can we have on the South African rand later on today. So according to the 4-hour time frame, it is very, very clear that the market is very bullish and the market is, looking to go further and further to a stop sign, right? Why am I saying that? You can see that we've got higher highs and higher lows in this particular area, in this specific market here. So let me just quickly highlight that for you. So meaning that this is very, very, so this is gonna be something close to this. So we have a low here, and then possibly enough, even after the news, this is what can happen. Can expect something that's going to propel markets to break the previous structure, previous high, and continue to the top side, right? So we look at the 1-hour time frame. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. According to the 1-hour time frame here, okay, I can see what's going on. So I'm gonna delete this temporarily. You're having something like this. You might want to use this as a low, or even use this one, but I choose this one, right? Cool. And I'm having a little bit of a retracement now. Okay. Take profit should be at the previous high. Let's go to 30 minutes. The kids are making noise. Okay, so 30 minutes. Let's go to 45 minutes. Okay, yes. So something good is coming out at this particular time frame, which is 45 minutes. You can see market breaking structure here, and we can see market pushing, a little bit further from here. I believe that we do have a valid point if we want to take a buy around this area. So this is technically looking at the market after looking at the market fundamentally, right? So okay, cool. So let me delete this. This is beautiful. Let me delete this one also. Already understood what's going on. Meaning finally, what we can say about this chart is that this okay, cool. If you're expecting to buy here, stop loss just outside structure. Take profit should be in this previous high. We have a nice ratio here. So we're looking to buy at 17 rands per dollar, 0.1, right? And we are looking to take profit around 17.26. That's a number. It's crazy number. That is why USD is considered to be very, very volatile and is not suitable for small accounts as well because of the high volatility and also spread. So right there, you guys have seen me looking at the market fundamentally and technically. Other things as well. It has a little bit of a strategy right there. How do you feel about it? Yeah, that's good. Nice. Okay, cool. So that's it. If you're seeing this video on YouTube, please do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are coming this coming Saturday, click. Let me just give you this number. See the number on the description. This is the number 067-127-3701. And then that's what's going on. Then let's see what you guys can learn this coming Saturday. Whether you're coming for the free session at 9 a.m. or you're coming for the face-to-face session at 1 p.m. I will see you on the other side of the withdrawals. Shalom.